The more I watch Stranger Things, the more convinced I become that everyone is actually in the past right now, and the reason Vecna can seemingly see into the future is because he rewound the clock. Hear me out, okay? When he shows this to Nancy, it's not like he's showing her a vision of what he thinks is gonna happen, he shows her exactly what happens, almost like he's already seen it. He also shows her downtown on fire and dead soldiers. Right. Imagine for a second that Vecna already knows all of this is going to happen. That would mean that the kids have never actually once won against Vecna because he's playing them like chess pieces. For example, yes, they did save Will in season 1, but only because Vecna needed to use him as a spy to infiltrate Hawkins in season 2. They got the shadow out of Will in season 2, but that doesn't really matter because by holding Will hostage, Vecna still managed to keep the shadow inside of Hawkins even after the gate closed so that he could use it to build his army in season 3. Cut to season 3. They do end up killing the monster, but not before it bites Eleven and takes her powers, which we later find out in season 4 was very intentional. Eleven can open gates, and Vecna took that from her so that he could open his own gates. And in the same season, they do end up wounding Vecna, but at the expense of Max's life, and she ends up being the 4th sacrifice that was needed to open up the rift fully between Hawkins and the Upside Down. Everything that has happened in the show so far has advanced Vecna's plans, and I don't think that that's coincidental. If the reason is because Vecna can see the future already, then that makes him virtually impossible to defeat in season 5 unless the kids do one thing, and that is manipulate time. And speaking of time, I was rewatching season 3 yesterday, and this line right here stood out to me. Robin says he has to go back to the future because he's in the past, so the future is actually the present, which is his time. Remember, we know that Henry can go back in time because we saw him manipulate this clock, which begs the question, is it possible that the reason Vecna can see into the future is because the future is actually the present tense, and that he rewound the clock and made sure everything occurred the way it did in seasons 1 through 4 to ensure that he could take over the world? That might be a reach, but that is cool as hell.